What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. This is a video I'm very excited for. So if you guys have any thoughts on this topic, make sure to give them down below. I'm going to be counting my Injustice 3 roster wish list, and I want to know who you guys want in Injustice 3. It's not even confirmed yet, but this won the poll on my YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can also participate in the polls that I'll be posting. So this won against the Mortal Kombat 1 roster video, so you guys really want to see this video, and I'm really excited to make this video because Injustice is a game that I love so deeply. I played it growing up, and it's something that I cannot wait to see if they do a third game. So without further ado, let's get into the video because this is probably going to be one of the longest videos that I've made so far, so I'm going to try and keep it contained. I don't want to get super into a lot of details because I have about 44 characters that I want in Injustice 3. I put a lot in here just in case some of these don't show up. I understand. So there's a lot in here. I got some good guys, some bad guys, some epic DLC characters, which is like an extra 12 characters, by the way. So the main roster, I only have like 32. And I also got some of the Justice League Dark characters in here. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So some of these characters are in this list because I think that they cannot make a Justice game without these characters. I also added a lot of characters that we've never seen before and a lot of fan favorite characters that I loved playing in the first and second game. So let's get into this list, starting off with the most obvious pick, Batman. He's got to be in the game. I love the way that he plays in Injustice. He's very quick and very gadget focused, and I really love that part of his gameplay. I also got Superman. Obviously, you have to have Superman in the game. He's the most iconic superhero known to man, and it's just awesome seeing him being able to just fly around the screen and being able to use his laser eyes and his breath and everything. It's so cool. As well, for this list, I want to include sometimes, if there's a character that's very similar to another character like the Flash and Reverse Flash, I want to have them do the skins that they did in Injustice 2, where they were like premiere skins, where it's the same character and they play the same, but there's like a different character model, a different voice actor, stuff like that. And I think for Superman, they could do a reign of Superman skins, so that way you could have, Bizarro, you could have the Lex Luthor, you could have Cyborg Superman, and maybe even Superboy. I think Superboy might have a slightly different power set than Superman though, but those would be really cool skins for him as well. Completing the Trinity, I want Wonder Woman in the game for sure. It's always awesome seeing Wonder Woman in the game. She's such a badass female character, and I can't imagine them making an Injustice game without her. Next up on the list, we've got the Flash and a premiere skin of the Reverse Flash. I love the way the Flash plays. He's great in professional fighting, and seeing him in Evo and everything is just super cool. And I love his movesets, and I think doing a Reverse Flash premiere skin again would be really, really cool. I would love to see Aqualad in the game. Maybe it could be a story component where Aquaman is murdered by a certain villain, like Black Manta or something, and Aqualad takes over his place as Aquaman. They could call him Aquaman and just have it be Aqualad. Either one would be really cool, but it would be really cool to see him in the game because he has, he has a very different moveset than Aquaman does. He doesn't have like a trident or anything like those. He has like those two water whip things, which are really, really cool. And I have been watching a lot of Young Justice recently, so I'm kind of on a Young Justice kick right now. I would also love to see a Green Lantern. If they do Hal Jordan again, I would love to see them do a premiere skin of John Stewart again. I would rather John Stewart be the main character and then maybe do a Hal Jordan premiere skin. But another premiere skin that I think would be really, really cool is if they added Jessica Cruz as a premiere skin, because I think it would be really cool if Premier Skins didn't just work for, male and male characters, but Green Lantern is a character that also has female characters, and it'd be really cool to get, a female voice actor and everything to play a Premier Skin. So that way you can still have Jessica Cruz in the game, but just have it be a different skin. That way they don't have to do a whole new moveset just for her character. I think that would be a really cool way to bring another fan favorite Green Lantern into the Injustice world. Next up, I've got a few Teen Titans actually. We have to see Beast Boy in this next game. Everyone has been begging for Beast Boy. They already have done Cyborg, they've done Starfire, they've done Raven, they've done Robin. It is time for Beast Boy to be in this freaking game. His movesets would kick ass. Being able to turn into a gorilla, being able to turn into a tiger and fight, or being able to turn into like a snake, that's super weird, and you could like tangle your enemies and everything. Like, it would be such a unique moveset, and I think that they could really, really nail the way that he plays in this game. And he's a fan favorite character. It's just a no-brainer for Injustice 3 to add Beast Boy into the game. As well as Starfire. I would love to see Starfire return in Injustice 3. I loved the way they made her play in Injustice 2. I mean, she was kind of overpowered. She had long range, close range, she had anti-airs, she had counters. Like, she had literally everything in the arsenal for her moveset. But I think that she would be a really, really good addition to Injustice 3. As well as Terra. I think that they should add Terra into the game because, the whole using like the Earth as her power set, like, that is super cool. They could have a lot of cool interactions between her and Beast Boy. Maybe even do like a Premier Skin of like evil Terra, when she's controlled by Slade and everything. Like, that would be super cool. And I think that they could really, really do a lot with some of the younger characters with Injustice, because Injustice is a very dark storyline, and when you have these Teen Titan characters and these Young Justice characters, these are young characters, and it makes it a little bit more scary when you play the story mode and knowing just how like young and fresh these heroes are, that they don't quite understand how dangerous this world is. And I think that they could really play into that by adding some of these Titans into the game. An underrated character that I really, really want in this game, because he needs more exposure, is Red Tornado. I think Red Tornado is one of the most underrated characters in comic books in general, and I really would love to see how he plays in an Injustice game. Being able to just whip around the screen. I know his super move would be so epic. They could like do like a little like parody of the Wizard of Oz maybe, and kind of like doing like a whole tornado thing, and you see like things flying by, but I think he has a lot of opportunity to be a really big face of the Justice League, and I felt like that for a while, and I think that they should add him into Injustice 3. Another character that everyone has been asking for is Plastic Man. Like, come on. Just add Plastic Man already. Everyone's been wanting him. Everyone wanted him for DLC for Injustice 1 and 2. I think it's a no-brainer to add Plastic Man into the game. As well as Plastic Man, I would love to see a Premier Skin of Elastigirl. Again, being able to do Premier Skins doesn't just mean male to male or female to female. They can do Elastigirl and Plastic Man. I can't see why they wouldn't be able to do that. It's a different voice actor and a different character model anyway, so just go with it. And, they have very similar movesets, so I think that that could work as a cool Premier Skin. Also, I'm sorry if you guys can hear the lawnmower outside. The apartment building is mowing right now, so I apologize for that in advance. All right, who do we got next? I wanted Shazam in this game. I know now this is where I'm talking. Not all my characters are going to make sense, guys. And I apologize if this offends you. Leave it down in the comments or leave a dislike. I don't care. But I want Shazam in this game. I'm tired of Black Adam. After that movie, I don't want to see him ever again, especially in Injustice 3. I want Shazam. They can add Black Adam as a Premier Skin or something. I don't care, but I want Shazam to be the main roster character. I don't care if Superman technically killed him or whatever. Shazam needs to come back. Okay, nobody's actually dead. Joker was dead and he came back, so it doesn't matter. Shazam should come back. I love Shazam. I don't care what people say about Fury of the Gods either. The character is dope. His moveset is clean as hell. They should add him. No brainer. Another character that I want to see return is Blue Beetle. With the Blue Beetle movie coming out, this would be a perfect time for them to really dive deep into the Blue Beetle. You know, just make him a new face of like the younger teen superhero genre. I think a lot of people loved how Blue Beetle played in Injustice 2, so I would love to see Blue Beetle come back. Another character that I would love to come back that I was really, really disappointed wasn't in Injustice 2, but I understand why, is Batgirl. I loved how Batgirl played in the first Injustice. Her moves were very crisp. They were like very hard to read, which I appreciated. And I think that they could really, really nail Batgirl coming back in Injustice 3, because I don't have Robin or Nightwing on this main roster list. So I think that they should switch it out for Batgirl. That's just my personal opinion. I know that might be a little controversial, but I think that they could nail it. Another character that I would love to see, again, putting more younger characters in this for, you know, story-wise and making sure that they get exposure as well, is Static Shock. Static Shock is a character that I think everyone knows and everyone loves, but hasn't been getting a lot of love recently, and it's really disappointing because he's such a cool character. Another cool thing that they could do is same thing that they did with Raiden in Injustice 2, have a Black Lightning premiere skin, but I also think that they could do a Livewire premiere skin, because I was making this list and I really want to put Livewire on it, but Livewire is kind of just Static Shock in a way, move list wise. Unless they give Static Shock like a skateboard or that surfboard thing that he rides on sometimes. Maybe they could add that to his move list. That would kind of make him not similar to Livewire and Black Lightning. But I think just combine all the characters and do some premiere skins. Another character that I would love to see that's very underrated is Robotman. He'd probably be very melee based, but he's also really funny. You know, a lot of the Doom Patrol characters are very underrated. The Doom Patrol show is really funny. I think the new seasons are kind of iffy, but I think if they were going to do Robotman, they should bring in Brendan Fraser from Doom Patrol, because everyone loves Brendan Fraser too. So just bring them both into the game. It'd be so much fun, and just have him be, you know, an awesome character in an awesome game. And it would kind of be cool because he doesn't have a lot of long range, you know, options. It'd be really cool if he kind of played like, or he kind of acted like Lobo in the first Injustice, where it was like, okay, this is like our edgy character. I see you, you know, stuff like that. Another character that I would love to see, these next three characters kind of go together, is Zatanna, John Constantine, and Etrigan. I think that these three characters need more light in the, you know, Injustice game, you know, because we don't see a lot of Justice League Dark characters. We got Dr. Fate and Swamp Thing, and we've gotten Zatanna before, but I think that Zatanna was heavily underused in Injustice 1. So yes, they did add Zatanna in Injustice 1, but I think that her move list could have been a lot more unique than it was. So I think bring her back. She would be, you know, that's like one of the top of my list characters, is her and John Constantine. I want to see the magic, you know, I want to see how cool their super moves could be, how much epic magic move sets that they could add into this game. Same with Etrigan. He'd probably be a very melee based character, and I think that could work really well. I mean, I don't have characters like Atrocitus on this list, so I think we need another big bulky character, so that's why I put Etrigan on there. That's also why I put Clayface on there, but I did put Clayface on there also because a comment was left on another video that said a bunch of different characters that they wanted, and Clayface was one of those, and I agree. I think Clayface could really, really work well in a fighting game. He has a lot of potential, just like Beast Boy, to really shake up what's happening on screen. Another character that I really think is underrated and needs more light in DC in general is Killer Moth. Killer Moth is the coolest motherfucker that you've ever seen in your life. All right, he just is. That's just his character. He's the coolest dude known to man, and they have heavily underused him. I think he's been in more episodes of Teen Titan Go than comic books in general, and I think, you know, he needs some light to shine. So let's put him in Injustice 3 and get that name out there. Now, the big bad of Injustice 3 that I would like to see, this kind of plays into, I might do like a story video of what I'd want the story to be like, but overall I'd want Trigon to be the big bad villain, because that would help bring in, the Teen Titans, that would help bring in characters like John Constantine and Zatanna and stuff like that. So we can have some more of those characters that might not flow as good as just like the Justice League. You know what I mean? Trigon is very connected to Raven, and I think that would be a good story character and main big bad villain for the third game. I think that they would most likely put him as a pre-order bonus, like they usually do with big bad villains. So I think that would be a killer pre-order bonus. I would get that shit in a second. A character that I would love to return is Black Manta. I thought he was cold as hell in Injustice 2, and I think a story moment could be him killing Aquaman and getting his revenge, and then that's why Aqualad has to step in his place. But Black Manta was super cool in Injustice 2. I love the way that he played and all of his gadgets and everything, and I'd love to see him return as well. I'd also love to see Gorilla Grodd return. Just, mixing up the villains a little bit. You don't want too many Batman villains, which is very easy to do. I mean, if you look at a lot of the DC villain lists in general, you're going to see a lot of Batman villains. So it's very easy to put too many Batman characters in a game that is more just DC universe focused. So let's put Gorilla Grodd in there, mix it up a little. And immediately after what I said, next characters are going to be Harley Quinn and Joker. So I don't think that they could make an Injustice game without Harley Quinn and Joker. They're just go-tos. I love the way that they play. I think they need to mix Joker up a little bit. I think he needs to be a little bit more fun. In general, his moves are kind of hard to pull off. There's a lot of like setups, but who the hell likes characters that have setups? Like, dude, do I look like I've been sweating over this game and putting like 2,000 hours into it? No, I'm a casual player who just wants to have fun with their friends and Injustice. So if they're going to add Joker, I'd love for them to just kind of revamp his character a little bit. I'd love to see Captain Cold come back with the Mr. Freeze Premier Skin combo. Captain Cold is a really cool character. I think they used him really well in the second game. Not really story-wise, but in gameplay-wise, I loved playing as him. He was really fun. Another underrated villain that I would love to see is Atomic Skull. I think Atomic Skull has a lot of potential to be a bigger villain for Superman, but that's just my own personal opinion. He's just on the list because I think he's cool. King Shark, come on, guys. After what they did with Suicide Squad, you gotta put King Shark in this, dude. He's so lovable now. Everyone loves King Shark now. Just add him to the game. Everyone will be happy. He'll be a little happy-go-lucky shark monster dude. If they could get Sylvester Stallone, I would say do it. I highly doubt that they would, though. He's busy doing his own version of The Kardashians on Hulu, or is that Paramount Plus? Either way, dumb show, but he's a great guy, and I really hope that they would get him for the voice of King Shark because he was amazing in the Suicide Squad movie, and I would love to see a premiere skin or just a skin in general of his Suicide Squad outfit because it kicks ass. And the Flash has a cool King Shark. They should add that in there as well. My last three for the main roster is going to be Lobo. I think Lobo was a great addition to Injustice 1. I thought he played really cool. He's a great character, and I'd love to see him return in Injustice 3. Gizmo from the Teen Titans. I don't see Gizmo in a lot of stuff in general, a lot of comic books or TV shows or movies, so I'd love to see some of the Hive characters come into Injustice just to give some more exposure to lesser known characters. And then I also think he could play really, really cool. He'd probably be like flying around on a chair or something because he's really short. So that could be very unique playstyle wise. And obviously, I think after you add him into the second game, there's no putting that genie back in the bottle. You got to put Red Hood in Injustice 3. Red Hood has to be on the main roster of Injustice 3. He is a loved character, very, very loved character, and he played super, super smoothly in Injustice 2. The setups, the combos, everything was just so good in Injustice 2. So bring him into Injustice 3. If they want to add him into like the story mode as well, they could do something like there. It might get a little messy though. Who knows? I would love to see Red Hood return with a fresh design. All right, well that does it for my main roster. That are the main characters that I want in Injustice 3. Those are the go-to characters that I need in Injustice 3. I think personally it's a good list. I know a lot of people are going to be like, yo, where's Swamp Thing? Where's Deathstroke? Dude, I am so tired of Deathstroke and Deadshot. I mean, Deadshot's cool, but when it came to Injustice 2, it was really annoying to deal with, so I would rather just not. But let's get into the DLC section. For the first DLC, I'm going to do 3. The first DLC pack, I would love to see. So for each DLC, I did 2 DC characters and 2 non-DC characters. And I think that would be a good way for them to keep the DLC packs fresh and kind of please everyone. So for the first DLC, I want to see Radiant Black, who's an up-and-coming superhero character. I think his movesets are really cool. I think he fits the Injustice vibe, and I think that he could do really, really well gameplay wise. There's a lot of opportunity to show off his powers, which are epic. If you haven't been reading Radiant Black, go check it out. It's a great book. You're also going to freak out if Injustice DLC pack has Red X in it, bro. Red X as a DLC character would be fire. If they want to explain it as that's why Batgirl's there, maybe Robin died or something, and then he turns into Red X, or like he goes like whole vigilante mode and he wants to become Red X, and it's like Damian Wayne Red X, that would be really, really cool. Or if they want to do, Nightwing Red X, who cares? Just Red X in general, it would be really, really cool. Very unique character. We don't get to see him very often. Like, very rarely do we get to see Red X in anything. So it would be really cool to see him in Injustice 3, especially as a DLC slot, dude. Everyone would buy that shit immediately. I would love to see Hawk and Dove in Injustice as well, but I want them to play as kind of like Farrah Tor from Mortal Kombat X, where it's 2 characters in one, or like Ice Climbers in Super Smash Bros. So that way, you can that way they tag team a little bit, or, just add both characters, make them play together as one character. I think that would be very unique, very cool. And, you just can't separate that combo, baby. Hawk and Dove, dude. Especially after seeing them in Titans, dude. They were super cool in Titans. And those outfits that they had in Titans, they were fire. The last character for the first DLC, I would love to see a Power Ranger in Mortal Kombat. Almost said Mortal Kombat. In Injustice 3. A Power Ranger would be super cool. I would love to see a White Ranger, but unfortunately we did lose our White Ranger. Jason David Frank did pass away, and that was very, very sad and very unfortunate, and it has impacted my life a lot. So if they want to do a different Ranger, or they want to just go with like a newer Ranger, or maybe just do an AI voice or something, whatever they're most comfortable with. Either way, I would love to see any of the Power Rangers. My personal favorite would be RJ from Jungle Fury. I think that show would be fire, but that's just me. Either way, Power Ranger, Injustice 3, make it happen, please. For our second DLC, you already know they have to start out the DLC with Rorschach. They have to. Rorschach is one of the most requested Injustice characters ever. He's been requested since the first game, and I cannot see them making Injustice 3 without putting Rorschach in it. Everyone would freak out, everyone would love it, everyone would buy it. It would be great. The next character for the second DLC would be Raven. I think Raven would be really cool to have her come back as like her demon form, though. That would be really, really cool. I mean, maybe do like a skin where she's not demon form, but she's just regular human Raven. But I think doing a demon Raven would be really, really cool. Maybe have this DLC release around Halloween, and then you can also do the Batman Who Laughs. I think that would be a sick character to add as a DLC, because he would play, he would play differently than Batman. He would play differently than Joker. It would just be so off the walls. It would be so fucking cool. I think that would be a killer DLC character. And the last character, they do not announce this until like a week before it releases. You ready for this? Killer Instinct Shaggy, dude. They need full power, infinite god tier Shaggy from Scooby-Doo in Injustice. Everyone would lose their minds. Everyone would think it's kind of silly and stupid, but we're getting 12 DLC characters. I think we can spend one on a little bit of a joke and have it be one of the coolest characters in all of the meme history, and that is Shaggy in his full power. I think that would kick ass. They've already kind of done it in Multiverses, but Multiverses kind of sucks, so just put him in Injustice 3 and let NetherRealm do they work. For the third DLC, this is going to be a like top, everyone wants these characters in Injustice. So the third DLC, they're gonna have to go big or go home. We're gonna put Booster Gold in Injustice for the third DLC. That's gonna get people excited. People are gonna be upset because this character has not been in Injustice 2 or Injustice 3 main roster, and so they'll add Nightwing into the character list. So just add Nightwing, give him some more flair, give him some like super cool moves, let him switch it up, let him use the staff and the two batons separately, just like they did in Injustice 1, and people would love it. Make him have long hair, though. He needs the long hair. He looks cooler with it. Just, let's be honest. He looks cooler with the long Surfer Boy hair. All right, next, one of the most requested characters for the third DLC, without a doubt, would be Invincible. Now people would say they want Omni-Man, but you can't really do Omni-Man in Injustice because there's no, like, killing people, really. I mean, there is, like, you can kind of kill people a little bit, but there's not a lot of blood and stuff. Put Omni-Man in Mortal Kombat and leave Invincible for Injustice. I think it would work really well. I think if they were going to do a gear system, it'd be really cool to see what kind of outfits they deck Invincible out in. Last but not least, this would be the biggest surprise character in all of history DLC. The most epic character. The most diverse playstyle character of all time, saving for the last DLC because DC and Warner Bros. Are best friends, and they are best friends with HBO Max. And you know who HBO Max is best friends with? Cartoon Network. And who does Cartoon Network have that would be perfect for Injustice 3 as their final DLC and their 44th character? Ben Tennyson, baby. They put Ben 10 in Injustice 3. I'm selling my soul to get that DLC early, dude. Imagine the adult teenage Ben 10 from like Alien Force and Ultimate Alien. Imagine him with, they could do the original 10 characters if they want to add, characters like Swamp Fire or, Feedback. They can do that too. But if they added Ben 10, his playstyle, being able to like just change his watch and then just like hit you with like a heat blast fireball and then change back, and then like maybe he's like forearms or something. Or if they wanted to do like, this would be way too much for them though, if they wanted to add all 10 aliens and have them play separately as like variations like they did in Mortal Kombat X. They could maybe do that, but that would take a lot of effort. But I mean, like, it would be cool as shit, though. Like, let's be real. So, my top pick for the final DLC character for Injustice 3 would definitely be Ben 10. Now, that might be controversial. Who knows? But I want to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Let me know who you guys want in Injustice 3. I want to know your guys' top 5, top 10. Who do you guys want? Who do you guys want in the main roster? Who do you guys want as DLC? Let me know. I love talking to you guys in the comments. You guys have been killing the likes in the comments and the subscribes on the channel. By the time this video comes out, I'm confident that we'll be at 100. Right now, we're at 98. We are so close to 100 subscribers, guys. Let's get it. Let's get that 100. Then our next goal is that 500. And then that 1,000, baby. Once we get to 1,000, we can finally monetize. We can finally get this channel up to where it needs to be. But with that being said, I want to know what you guys think. And if you guys like this video, make sure to drop a like and help support the channel. If you guys like the content that I make, you guys can also go over to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and check out other videos just like this one. I also have a video very similar to this of Star Wars if it was a fighting game. And other than that, I do have a Patreon as well. If you guys really want to support the channel, if you guys are just like the biggest fans of me, I would appreciate that. Everything from the Patreon goes right back into the channel, 100%. Other than that, I have nothing else. Maybe I'll make some more Injustice 3 videos theorizing what we could get in the very far future. But I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.